Hey, I'm Aidan Walls, and today I want to talk about whether you should go ahead and buy the GoPro Hero 10. The thing you've got to consider is cost versus sort of viability. Is it worth the cost for what you can use it for? And even for me, as someone who does this for a living, I definitely have had moments where I bought this GoPro Hero 8 and thought to myself, I probably should have gotten the Hero 10. And also, sometimes when you buy something, you don't understand its value, because these things are very expensive, until you start to use it. So let's compare the specs of these two cameras. Compare GoPro Hero 8 with GoPro Hero 10. I'm not going to do the 9 because I don't think there's enough of an incremental jump between the two. I think if you're going to go for the Hero 9, you may as well get the 10. So let's compare these two. There we go, GoPro website. Finding the right GoPro for you. I think let's compare the 10 with the 8. So here's the first thing with GoPro. Whoops. Every edition is, some of the changes are incremental and some of the changes are really big. The difference between the Hero 7 and the Hero 8 is that Hypersmooth took a huge leap forward, and so upgrading for some wasn't a huge deal, but it really was a big difference. People got upset with the lens protector, but that's an issue that I discussed in my previous video. The thing about the jump from the 8 to the 10 is it's quite a big jump. 23 megapixel photos, so the photos are actually starting to become fairly usable, not on, even maybe for professional purposes, like sort of posting to Instagram and smaller sort of use for websites and that. So the images are much better on the Hero 10. The video is now 5.3K at 60 frames per second. This, for guys like who put the camera on a drone, for anyone that's a professional, you can now do high resolution at 50 frames per second. Whereas with my 4K, I can't get the stabilization at 4K. And if I jump down to 2.7K, I'm really not happy with the look of the image when I'm in 2.7K, like at 50 frames per second. So for me, the sweet spot with the Hero 8 is 4K at 50 frames or 25 frames, and it doesn't always work out. So that 5.3K headroom that you get with the Hero 10 Black makes it officially a professional device. So that's quite a big jump for professionals, but for sort of home users and hobby users, it's not really a big deal. 100 megabit bit rates, so I'm guessing maybe the bit rates have gone up, but they don't say that it has. Video stabilization goes from 2.0 to 4.0. They're still busy tweaking it, but that is a fairly big jump. So that is, that is something worth looking at. Horizon leveling, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get the GoPro Hero 10, is I really like the idea of having horizon leveling built into the camera. That is a really cool feature. It's where you turn the camera and it sticks with the horizon. So now the other thing you'll definitely be looking at when you consider these two cameras is the front-facing screen. So I'm busy vlogging with the Hero 8. I told myself it's not a big deal, but immediately, because the picture quality is fairly good on the GoPro, I started to vlog with it because I enjoy it. It's convenient and fun to use again. It makes vlogging fun. And so having a front-facing screen is quite a big deal on the GoPro. So right now, shooting right now, I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see. Fortunately, it's a very wide lens, and so that's okay and you can live with it. But having a front-facing screen really is nice. A fairly big update, if you are into slow motion, you can now do 2.7K in 8 times slow motion. I wouldn't really use the slow motion at 8 times, maybe 4 times, which you can do in, I think, 4K on that GoPro Hero 8. Here's a couple of features that have now been introduced in the Hero 10, and I think the Hero 9 is hindsight, where it's recording in the background the whole time. It charges your battery, but if you are sitting waiting for a moment and you put on hindsight, it will capture a few seconds beforehand. What does it say? Wow, 30 seconds before you press record. That is quite a lot of time. So that's a fairly big deal. You know, so there's incremental things, but there are really nice features. Interesting, the GoPro Hero 8 has wake on voice, but the GoPro Hero 10 doesn't. So is the GoPro Hero 10 worth it for you? Looking at those specs, I think the only person who should consider getting the GoPro Hero 10 over the GoPro Hero 8 are professionals. If you're a professional person that needs that extra headroom with the 5.3K or whatever it is, that's a huge bonus. I think the extra hypersmooth, I think the GoPro Hero 8 is where the hypersmooth really kind of took off, and it was amazing, and using it, it feels like I'm on a gimbal. It really is incredible. So jumping to the GoPro Hero 10 for hypersmooth, I don't think is a reason to go for it. The front facing screen, if you are planning to like go big on vlogging, the Hero 10 might be worth it for you, but then we have to talk about price. So the GoPro Hero 8 is going to drop in price drastically now. Heading into Christmas, there's going to be some big deals. I got this at an incredible deal already. There's a bunch of stock at my local store, and they were selling it at a price I couldn't refuse. I had a voucher that I won in a competition, and so I just went for the GoPro Hero 8. It was just a great deal, almost half the price of the Hero 10. And so you will find those deals now running up to Christmas. So my recommendation is to get the GoPro Hero 8. There's a lot of bad stuff out there about the GoPro Hero 8, and it's got to do, watch my other video about the protective lens. It is replaceable. The protective lens is replaceable. You just got to order it from a company in Canada. So yeah, I think the GoPro Hero 8 is the way to go for Christmas. Anyone looking to buy it, it's the best GoPro for the money right now.